Alright, today we're going to be talking about the year 1999. 1999 was a very important year in American history, as it was the year I was born on. It was, contrary to popular belief, it was actually not the last year of the second millennium. That was 2000, since there was no year zero. It shifts everything forward a bit, so 2000 was the last year of the second millennium. And so, 10 important events had happened. On January 1st, the euro was implemented all across Europe. Several countries had abandoned their old currency and got the euro instead. On January 31st, Family Guy came out, which has had a profound influence on the adult animation industry. On April 20th, 420, the Columbine Shooting happened, which was the first major school shooting that came into national attention for a while, and so it really changed the whole dynamic of school safety in the United States. And on May 1st, Spongebob came out, the longest-running animated kids program, currently still airing. It has had a profound influence on the animation industry as a whole. And then a few days later, May 19th, the Star Wars The Phantom Menace came out, which was quite possibly the most highly anticipated movie of all time, coming 16 years after the Return of the Jedi. It came out May 19th, 1999, and many lifelong fans of the Star Wars franchise were disappointed by it. On June 12th, the Kosovo War officially started. A UN peacekeeping mission started its way into Kosovo and did the thing over there. And it was that same day that Texas Governor George Bush declared that he will be running for the presidency, which he did, of course, win. On July 1st, the Scottish Parliament, after almost 300 years of dissolution, it was reformed on July 1st, 1999, and was reopened to its next session. Sometime in October, NASA lost the Mars orbiter because of a confusion between the imperial and metric units. It caused a glitch in the system, which caused the orbiter to crash. Finally, the next important event. I was born on November 12th. That same day, a major earthquake hit Turkey. A few thousand people died. And then on December 20th, Portugal gave control of Macau over to China, which really is the last European territory, most recent European territory to be given up to non-European sovereignty. And it can really be marked as the end of the Portuguese colonial empire and the end of the age of imperialism in total. But I think one of the most important events that happened on this year was the continuation of the Monica Lewinsky trial from the previous year. Bill Clinton was being impeached for not necessarily for having an affair with Monica Lewinsky, but for lying under oath and saying that he didn't. The impeachment trial was carried out by the Republican House and the Republican Senate. The Senate failed to convict Clinton, and he got off scot-free because of the definition of the word "is." The Republican Party had a historically low approval rating during this time, because many of the American public saw this as mainly a partisan impeachment process that really had nothing to do with Bill Clinton lying under oath at all. This was a very important event in American history, because there have only been 2 times in American history that a president has been impeached. Richard Nixon would have been impeached, but he resigned before he could. And the other time was Andrew Johnson 130 years earlier in 1869. And both times it was a Democrat in the presidency, and facing a Republican-controlled Congress, which decided to impeach the president and came up with an excuse for it, but it was mainly for political reasons. Just like how the radical Republicans impeached Andrew Johnson back in 1868 for illegally firing someone from his cabinet, but really it was about the politics. And so the effects this has had, it's made Monica Lewinsky famous, of course. It's become a permanent spot on American history, and on Hillary Clinton especially, Bill Clinton especially too, but Hillary Clinton, because now a bunch of people are making jokes that if she becomes the president, she's going to have to work in the same office that her husband cheated on her in. And also, it probably, more likely than not, the whole scandal probably prevented Al Gore from becoming the president. He only lost Florida by the slimmest of margins, and if he had won Florida, he would have won the presidency. And undoubtedly, enough voters were influenced to vote for George Bush instead of Al Gore, because of Al Gore's association as being the vice president of Bill Clinton, who was involved in the Monica Lewinsky case. And the Gore campaign did make a conscious effort to try to separate Gore away from Bill Clinton, but but I can honestly say that at least a few hundred people, enough to influence the final election count of Florida, were influenced by Gore's association with the Lewinsky case to not vote for him, and to have changed the election had the whole case not happened. And this allowed George Bush to become the president, which has had profound influence on United States history. Many people blame him for the current economic crisis. I don't know how much he is to blame for it, but it is certainly, the United States would certainly be different if Al Gore became the president. Thank you.